Hello everyone, my name is Arathy Vijayan and I'm a student of MSc Home Science. It is my privilege to host this interview today. We are honored to have with us Dr. Vishnu Namboothiri.K, a distinguished professor of mathematics at the Department of Collegiate Education, Government of Kerala. Dr. Vishnu Namboothiri was awarded the prestigious Dr. K.V. Rao Young Scientist Award in Mathematics in 2009 for his outstanding contributions in the field of mathematics. Sir, thank you for joining us today. You have 18 years of experience in teaching. With this experience, how would you describe the current state of higher education in mathematics in India?
The state of mathematics in India, I don't really think that it's any different from whatever I have studied long back in 2000 or around that period, because mathematics is something like a fundamental subject. So, if you are looking at the college education, there is not much change actually required in the fundamentals, but of course, many extra things have been added. Many applications have been added, and in that sense, if you look at that, I don't really think that there is much change in the scenario of higher education in mathematics. But because of the number of engineering colleges and other educations where the mathematics students can also go, because of the increase in that number, what I think is that to higher education institutions in which the mathematics is being offered as a theoretical subject, the quality of the students coming to the higher education institutions have actually decreased. That's what I think. Otherwise, I don't really think that there is much difference. The quality of the students coming to arts and science colleges for learning mathematics that have come down is what I think. Essentially because of the increase in number of engineering colleges and other options, choices they have. So it's not essentially due to the decrease in the quality of the education, but essentially due to the choice of the students. That's what I think.
Do you think the current mathematics curriculum and syllabus are aligned with the needs of modern industries and research?
That is once again, I want to stress that mathematics is once again a fundamental subject, and the difficulty in mathematics is very much linear. So, the basics that you require in mathematics for delivering anything good for the practical purposes is really huge compared to any other subject. So, you have to learn a lot of things. So if you are trying to focus on applications in the undergraduate level itself or the PG level itself, what happens is that your fundamentals are becoming weak. I will give you one example. So in engineering these days, you are hearing very much about the artificial intelligence, right? But the artificial intelligence is something that came up just recently. Suppose that you are offering a course in artificial intelligence. So what will happen suddenly, all of a sudden, if after 10 years, if the industry comes and says that artificial intelligence is no more required, you don't have any fundamentals. You have learned only artificial intelligence. So what happens finally is that you don't have any fundamentals because you have focused only onto this artificial intelligence. So what you are supposed to actually do is you make your fundamentals very strong and spend only sometime only later as a project work or optional subject in this kind of applications. That is what you are essentially supposed to do. So if you are doing that thing in mathematics also, that will be good. But really, as of today, I don't really think that the balance is actually taken care of in the syllabus and curriculum. So the syllabus makers are actually in a dilemma in the sense that government says that, or government, UGC, whatever, or higher officials are there, they say that you have to incorporate all these things. But as a subject, mathematics needs a lot of fundamentals. But if you are trying to incorporate applications also into this, what happens is that fundamentals become weaker. So finally, what happens is that after say 10 years, people who have strong fundamentals will not be there at all. So that will affect the teaching afterwards, the research afterwards, and everything will be affected afterwards. So the current thing, I don't really think that the current way in which the mathematics syllabus curriculum is being framed is going to do good for the country after next 10 years. I don't really think so.
Nowadays, ICT is widely used in teaching and learning, revolutionizing traditional educational methods. How has this integration of ICT transformed mathematics
Yeah, once
education?
again, you have to look at the two different aspects. One is the application side, and the second is the theoretical side. For theoretical development of mathematics, I don't really think that ICT is going to give a huge leap or anything like that. But whenever you are trying to teach mathematics in the undergraduate level, if you want to see some visualizations of whatever topics you are being covering in mathematics, ICT is really good. Many teachers are trying to do that also. But if you look at the infrastructure available in many of the institutions in Kerala, for example, so you will find that the ICT infrastructure is not that good. So, for example, here itself, if you check one of the classrooms, how many classrooms are there in which a teacher can directly come into the classroom with a mobile, say, and he will be able to transfer, he will be able to use some software on his mobile and project it directly on the screen. How many classrooms are there? So it is not that ICT is, if you are restricting ICT equipments, ICT facilities to selected classrooms only, there is no point in saying that we are actually using ICT. If you are able to use ICT in its correct sense in every classroom, every class, then it will be good. In mathematics also it will be good, but for theoretical advancement, ICT is not going to play a big role in mathematics.
With the implementation of a 4-year undergraduate program, FYUGP, what advantage does it offer to mathematics students?
One is that mathematics, even now, what I feel is that the 4-year program, the number of the restrictions that we are still applying. For example, if you look at the curriculum of the 4-year program, what happens in the 4th semester is that the 4th semester is not offering much of mathematics. But after the second year, the government university, they are saying that you have enough skill so that you can go for internships. At the same time, you are not learning much of mathematics, much of the main subject. So, in that sense, if you look at the FYUGP, you have to properly fine tune it further in such a way that you should not look at whether the existing infrastructure or existing teaching pool is it available. But instead of that, you should try to add teaching capacity more to the pool in such a way that whatever choice, even now, if you look at the options that we are giving to the students, we are restricting in many ways. So we will say that, okay, this class can accommodate only these many students, therefore you are not supposed to choose this particular course. And you have to definitely learn English in the 4th semester, therefore you are not supposed to take any other course. So we say that there is a lot of freedom, but at the same time, you are restricting too much. I don't really think that the current 4-year uni program, that implementation is actually proper, the pure sense that we actually want.
What research opportunities are available for students after completing the 5-year undergraduate program in mathematics?
Yeah, this is what I am still worried about because the 4-year undergraduate program, if I look at the syllabus of the mathematics thing, what I believe is that they are not actually learning enough mathematics to go for research. But if you add more theoretical courses, I would have actually suggested 3-year pure course. 4th year also you learn a little bit of more mathematics than what is actually suggested in the 4-year thing. And if you go for a research project or your own paper studying in the 5th year, that would have been actually better. So what actually is being done is that here we have a 3-year plus 2-year structure before going into a research level kind of thing. But instead of that, you should at least learn mathematics all the 4 years instead of directly jumping into a research project or anything like that in the 4th year itself. So 4-year pure mathematics plus 1 year would have been much better. In the current situation, what I really think is that it's going to be disastrous is what I think. If you're directly jumping into research after 3.5 years of learning, I don't really think that that's going to do anything good. Really afraid of that.
What career opportunities are available for students after completing their undergraduation or a post-graduation in mathematics?
The thing is that in arts and science course, you are trying to learn fundamentals. If you are getting more top of courses, for example, I will take the example of mathematics once again. In mathematics, if you are learning 3 years of good mathematics, what happens is that you have several other opportunities like you learn a course in data science, you learn a course in pure coding. So if you are learning that in addition, there are several opportunities. But a pure mathematics course itself is not going to offer much options. But if you are enhancing your capabilities by taking additional courses in your own, you will be having a lot of opportunities. So why I am saying this thing is, if you consider the example of engineering students, what happens after engineering in the case of, say, a mechanical course? So mechanical engineering students are not actually going to a job where their mechanical engineering capabilities are being used. There, their ICT skills are being used. So what happens is that for doing their project work, for many things, they are actually using ICT, coding, etc. So this is the age of artificial intelligence. Therefore, the coding, programming skill, algorithmic approach, algorithmic some kind of sense. That sense of the engineering students are being used in many of these industries. But if that is actually the parameter, mathematics students would have got an edge over that, because mathematics students are actually learning more logic. They have more logic. They can better implement algorithms. They can write better algorithms. But that's not happening because we are not actually providing that kind of training to them. But the engineering students are getting more training. They have hands-on experience in problem solving. But that problem solving will happen in mathematics, provided that you spend a good 3 years in mathematics and you devote the entire fourth year for problem solving. But here that is also not happening. Here we have implemented a curriculum in such a way that it's neither here nor here. I'm very thankful for asking these. I'll be very thankful for giving a chance to talk in front of all of you, and opening up my mind in some of the recent developments. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much.